So welcome to medical electronics, and here we are going to discuss about bioelectric potentials generated in our body. Okay, so how it is generated and how it is recorded. So these are things we are going to discuss in this chapter. So before going for that, we all should know about the structure of cell and what is the function of cell, what cell do in our body. Okay, so what is cell? So cell is the smallest structural and functional unit in the body. So without cell, there's no human body. Okay. So cell forms the tissues, and tissues forms the organs, and the organs forms the or organ completes the human body. Okay. So without cells, there won't be any tissue, and without tissue, there won't be any organs, and without organ, there won't be any human body. Okay. So that's why we call it as cell as the basic functional unit in the human body. Okay. So what is how many cells are present in a human body? So it is trillion number of cells. It is uncountable. It is trillion number of cells which is present in our human body. So what is size? So size would be 1 micron to 100 micron in diameter and 0.1 micron thickness and 1 mm to 1 mm in length. Okay, so cell is the main thing which forms tissues, and tissues is the thing which forms the organs. The organs complete the human body. So cell is the main thing which is responsible for the generation of the bioelectric potential. Okay, so how the bioelectric potential is generated inside the cell? So here we are going to discuss. So as an ionic conductor, cell is going to generate the bioelectric potentials. Okay, so we all know in our body, so 70% of the thing is liquid. Okay, so inside the liquid we have chemicals like sodium, potassium, chlorides, and these are the things which are going to generate these ionic chemicals are going to generate the bioelectric potentials. Okay, so sodium it is Na plus, potassium it is Ka plus, and chloride it is Cl minus. So these are the main things which are going to generate the bioelectric potentials in our human body. Okay, so how it is generated? So here we have negative charge. Sodium has positive charge, and potassium has positive charge, and chloride has negative charge. So once the negative and positive charges are separated, there will be electric potential. Okay, so which is going to separate? So here the cell membrane is going to separate the positive and negative charge. So when it will separate? So when we are in rest position or when we are in excited position, in both position the cell membrane is going to separate the positive and negative charges. You can see how it is going to separate. Okay, so that's why we call it as selective ionic filter for the surrounding atoms. So the cell membrane acts as a selective ionic filter, so it allows only certain ionic materials to cross the cell membrane, thus separates the positive and negative charge and creates the bioelectric signals. Okay, so here in the diagram we can able to see the positive charges are separated in the left side and negative charges are separated in the right side. So once positive and negative ions are separated, in between there will be electric potential. There will be some attractive forces, we call it as electric potential, and this potential by means of electrodes we are going to give it in a device and going to record the organ function, what will be the electric potential present in the organs. So these are the things. Okay, so next one is what happens when the cell is in rest condition. So what happens when the cell is in rest condition? So here you can see the negative charges along the inner surface. So negative charge, so what is negative charge? Here chloride is a negative charge. Chloride is present inside the cell membrane, and which one is present in the outside the cell membrane? Potassium and sodium is present in the outside cell membrane. So cell membrane it separates the sodium and chloride, thus forms the electric potential. So when it is separated during the rest position. So what is rest state? When we are sleeping or when we are not doing any activities. Okay, so this state is called as a resting state. Okay, so during resting state, the inner would be negative, the outer surface would be positive. So thus the separation of charges leads to the electric potential generation. Okay, so we call it as resting potential. When the potential is generated during the rest condition, we call it as resting potential, and its value is 90 millivolt. It is negative, below zero. Okay, the cell in this state is said to be in polarized state. So this state is called as polarized state. Okay, so this is the diagram. So this is the cell structure. So center thing is nucleus, the black one, and it is surrounded by cytoplasm, and the outer layer is cell membrane. So the cell membrane is the membrane which separates the negative charge and positive charge. So this is the cell during the rest condition. Negative charges are present in the cytoplasm inside the cell membrane, and positive charges are present in the outside the cell membrane. Okay, so this leads to the generation of bioelectric potentials. So next one is what happens when the cell is in excited state. So when the cell is excited, the outer side becomes negative and the inner surface becomes positive. The reaction is opposite. So in the resting state, the inner side is negative and the outer side is positive, and in the excited state, outer side is negative and inner side is positive. Why? Because we are doing some activities and sodium is liberated in the outside of the cell membrane, so thus becomes positive. So this gives the potential as plus 20 MV. This is above zero. This potential is called as action potential. Why it is action potential? So the potential which is created during the action is called as action potential. This process is called as depolarization. Okay, the previous one is polarization and this one is called as depolarization. So this is the diagram of cell membrane. So inside it is positive and outside it is negative. So positive means sodium and potassium is present inside the cell membrane, and negative chloride is present outside the cell membrane. So this leads to the depolarization or creates the action potential. So by using some electrodes, we can able to tap out the action potential to the recording systems. Okay, so cell returning to resting state is called as repolarization. So first one is polarization, second one is depolarization, and the third one is the repolarization. So what is repolarization? The cell which is returning to the resting state from the excited state. So when the cell is excited, it automatically comes to the resting state if you are not doing any such activity. Okay, so if you are writing and suddenly going to sleep, the cell it comes to the resting position. This thing is called as a repolarization. Okay, after being excited or stimulated, the cell again returns back to its normal resting state and attains resting potential. Okay, so the time which is taken to reach the resting state from the excited state is called as refractory period. Okay, the time period between the excited state and the resting state is called as refractory period. Okay, so this is the graph of bioelectric potential. So x-axis is time and y-axis is voltage. The voltage is in millivolt. So the first one is the polarization. It is minus 90 volt. We call it as depolarization. Then repolarization. Okay, so what is repolarization? Returning to the resting position is called as repolarization. Okay, so this is the graph. So these are the typical bioelectric signals which are generated during the action and resting potential of the cells. So parameter, so ECG. So what is ECG? The electric signals which are generated from the heart, cardio. So electrocardiogram signal. So ECG. The second one is, so its frequency range is 0.05 to 120 hertz and amplitude is 0.1 to 5 nanovolt. So these are the frequency and amplitude ranges developed during the cell biopotential. So next one is electroencephalography. So these are the signals just trap out from the human brain